Yudhvir bhai, Jake bhai, thank you very much for joining us here. This is our national headquarters of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jammat in Canada. We are on our 25 acres here in Vaughan, Ontario, which we have our national offices here in Awan-e-Tahir, the main community hall, and then to the south of me over here is our masjid, Baitul Islam, which we'll go visit shortly. So we're going to do a quick tour of the site, meet our national president, have some lunch. We have our Peel Region Public Relations Secretary, Naseem Beg Saab. Would you like to say a few words?
This is Mirza Beg. I have know already. Thanks for coming. You have very precious time. So nice of you.
My name is Mubarak Ahmed. I am responsible for the multicultural and ethnic media relations. Thank you, Dheer and Sudhir coming for and visiting us. Thank you.
Hi, I am Colonel Yaya. I am with the PR team, and I would like to welcome and thank Yudhvir ji and Jake Dheer for coming to our national headquarters. Thank you.
Jake Dheer, a big fan of the great work that the Ahmadiyya Jammat, the Muslim Jammat community does, and it's just great to be here.
Hello, my name is Yudhvir Jaswal. I'm the group editor at Y Media, and it's always great to work with the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jammat, and I'd like to thank the entire community for welcoming us here. I've heard a lot about the Peace Valley village, and it's an honor, it's a privilege to be here. Thank you.
And so their 10-year anniversary is today, and so there's a dinner being organized for them tonight.
This is reserved for the sports activity.
Sports activity.
Yeah. Basketball, volleyball, badminton.
So sometimes, you know the Office of Religious Freedoms that the government has, that Stephen Harper had launched?
Yeah.
So it was actually launched from here.
Oh, wow.
And so this hall was used to do that program. And we've done many other programs where we'll decorate it differently. We'll take the black curtains and put them all around and then make it look very grand. Then otherwise it's mainly for gym purposes, like for sports and stuff. So a lot of the hall was kind of repurposed. There was other stuff that was going on here. We have the TV studios where we're going to take you to, and then there was a library here which has been converted into, I guess, like a classroom for the seminary college students, and then our cafeteria was where the TV studios are. So there's a few things that have kind of been displaced or moved around, and we're obviously going to be building on the rest of the property. So there's like I mentioned before, there's 25 acres. So there'll be other facilities that will be built: proper mess hall, cafeteria, banquet hall, TV studios, etc. What Mubarak wants to show you on the far left over there, the wall, is just the donation wall. This particular hall was built with members' community dollars. And it was built during the time of post-08-09, when the government was giving out infrastructure funds, to get the economy going. So this particular hall costed at that time about $15 million to build. The federal government awarded us $2 million towards the building of this property. But when His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmed, the spiritual head of our Jamaat, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, found out that we had received this $2 million, he asked us to return it to the government. He said, give the $2 million back and tell the government that they should give this money to communities that can't self-fundraise. We'll raise the money ourselves.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, the hall was inaugurated in July of 2012 when His Holiness visited Canada at that time. So it was kind of an honor. Every time a hall, a masjid, any of our facilities have the opportunity to be opened by His Holiness, and we take advantage of that. So we don't get to do that with every single facility, but this facility had that pleasure of having him grace the opening. Everybody's a volunteer, right? So actually, I should say that because of our seminary college, we do have many graduates who become imams. So imams would obviously be not volunteers, right? They're going to be on payroll, but it's not, you know, some lavish,
like an honorary type,
right? Yeah. So they're looked after, but they basically are volunteers themselves. And then there are members of the community that might take a small stipend as well in terms of their work that they're doing, but majority, you know, 98%, I don't know the exact number, would be volunteers, non-paid. And you guys have been to the National Jalsa Salana, so that is entirely volunteer run, right? So yeah. It's not Muslims, it's Ahmadi Muslims actually believe that the gates of hell one day will be completely empty. Right, that any and everyone will go there. It's a place where you get, you know, a purgatory, right? Where you go to get reformed and cleansed. And what kind of a God, what kind of compassionate God would damn His creation forever, right? Regardless of what creed and religion and faith we belong to. So, you know, and then we all kind of get very excited about wanting to express our faith and get people to become a Christian, Catholic, a Muslim, a Hindu, etc. But at the end of the day, Islam stands for two things. And I always remind people, it's have a relationship with God, whatever that relationship to you or I mean, right? What it means to you. And then the second is to serve humanity. That's it, right? If we all did this, the world would be a great place.
I agree completely.
We all have our perceptions, but I think believe in all prophets and scriptures, no monopoly on salvation, no compulsion in religion. This is something we discussed the other day with Lal Khan Sahib, and this is what got me intrigued. Amazing.
Even the belief in all prophets, right? So again, not all Muslims, but Ahmadi Muslims will regard Krishna as a prophet, Socrates as a prophet, right? So you know, Confucius. So literally, we look at religion almost like a timeline, right? Like God kind of brought religion throughout time to all areas and to serve all of us, right?
Welcome everybody, my name is Muhammad Daniel. I'm a life devotee in MTA Canada Studios. If you guys will follow me in our studios, this is basically heading towards our main set area where we record our main programs in MTA Studios Canada. This is our workspace, and we have a setup of about 3 studios. We can, you know, change it around, mix up the sets as we like. This is the main set over here. We have some of our bigger programs over here. We are a branch of MTA International Studios, which is situated in London, UK. And from here, we basically provide them with programming. And currently we have about 6 programs running on a weekly basis. So as you can see, this is our main set over here. We also do some children's programming. Mainly it's religious programming, educational, and some documentaries as well. This is where we do our kids programming. This is our kids set. It's movable. It's you know, we shift it around a lot. And this is the space we work with over here. This is our kitchen over here. We started a cooking show. We've done many cooking shows actually, but we recently started a cooking challenge, like a cook-off between 2 people, where they face off and they make desi food actually. So we just finished that, and it's also airing on a weekly basis. So basically this is our space where we work with, you know, these are the cameras that we use in studio. We use black magic on these dollies, but when we're outside recording other production, we use Sony FX9s, right, and we use FX5s and whatnot. So these are, personally, I'm not that tech savvy. I do most of the office work over here, but basically this is what we work with. Our lighting's up there, rigs up there. And everything is controlled by our PCR, which you can follow me over here.
Yeah, this is a pretty impressive room.
This is basically our main control room. I guess this is nothing new to you guys. You guys probably have maybe even a bigger setup. But every time we're recording our programs in there, this is basically where the director sits. We have the light racking over there, we have the audio panel over there, we have the teleprompter system over here, and we have the vmix over here. So everything happens from this room. We all work as a team whenever we're recording any program, right? So yeah, this is where, you know, it's a symphony of things, I suppose. This is where the teamwork happens. So this is basically our post-production area. A lot of our editors are over here, you know, working with the best machines, the best softwares, the best editors that we have.
They're working on the cooking show, they're working on the program.
Well, yeah, that's basically, yeah. So we, you know, edit it, package it, and send it to the UK. As you can see over here, he's working on the kids show, which is FS for Kids, it's called, as you saw over there. Fateh over here is working on a documentary. These guys went to Trinidad and basically did a documentary of how, you know, Jammat Ahmadiyya was established in Trinidad, the history of, you know, our Jammat in Trinidad, and I believe it's I think 40-minute long documentary that they worked on. These guys were there for 10 days, so two of them went there, wrapped everything up, and now they're editing.
My name is Yudhvir Jaswal. I'm the group editor at Y Media. I think it's amazing. I already had, you know, some very good things about Peace Village. This is my first time here. And I think, first of all, I must mention the spiritual aspect of it. So when I was walking through, I was always intrigued. How come this Ahmadiyya community is so well knit, and they talk about peace, they talk about love for all, hatred for none. So it's one thing to talk about a philosophy, but then it's different thing to really drill it down to the entire community. You have millions of Ahmadiyya Muslim people right across the globe. But I think coming here, and when I look at all these things, how you're well organized, so coordinated, I can see how the community is doing so well. I'm so glad that I could come here. My message today would be to the youngsters of Ahmadiyya Muslim community. I think one thing which I see that what the legacy that your elders and your seniors they are leaving for you is, this is one community which can take pride today that in media, you're also in media, we're in media. In media we talk a lot about violence today. But Ahmadiyya Muslim community has perfectly demonstrated how we can really bring in peace, because you are the one who were able to break the vicious cycle of violence. Despite being attacked at so many different places in the world, Ahmadiyya Muslim community has not resorted to violence. They have broken the cycle of violence, the vicious cycle of violence, and I think this is for you, the youth of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, to carry on that legacy. And I think you're already the leaders, and you'll be the leaders in that one. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, peace be on all of you. So my name is Rahman, and I'm a professor here in Jamia Ahmadiyya. So Jamia Ahmadiyya is a seminary college which was founded in 1906 by the founder of Ahmadiyya Muslim community, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian. So since then it's been operational, and since 2003 under the current Khalifa we have different branches in different wards as well. So before that it was only in India, Punjab, Qadian, and then it was opened after partition in Pakistan. And then in 2003 this was the first institution which was opened in Western Hemisphere. And after that we have in UK, in Germany, in Ghana. So all these institutions, they work under our Khalifa, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, Ayyadullah Ta'ala Nasir Aziz, and the courses consist of 7 years. So those students who devote their life, they present themselves for the service of religion, Islam. So they get admission in Jamia and they study for 7 years. So what we study in 7 years, we'll go through and...
Is it full-time studies or is it?
It's a full-time study.
Full-time studies,
Yeah.
7-year program.
Yeah.
And then you get a diploma in the...
In theology. Yeah, and comparative study of religions.
Right, but and is that accredited by the province of Ontario?
Yeah, we are recognized as a vocational institute and registered. So students, they get visas from all across the world. And they come here. We have students from Japan, we have students from South America, from Mexico. So we have students from Australia, New Zealand. So all the students from different countries, they come to study here.
Very nice. Okay. Very nice.
So the course consists of 7 years. So this we have exhibitions displayed on these walls. Every year we have an exhibition. Sometimes in the previous years we had exhibition about the history of Islam, Khilafat Ahmadiyya, Khilafat Islam. This year we had the exhibition of on the books of all the religions. So we had actually one section for Hinduism, Sikhism, and Shintoism, Taoism. So in 4th and 5th years, students learn about different religions as well, and how they relate, that all these religions, they lead to one being, our Creator, Allah the Almighty God. So the word Islam means peace. So this is what we teach here. The students learn that how religion can lead us to peace and harmony and a good relationship with each other. Okay. So we have classes on our left side, on our right side. So this is right now, because the classes are not happening because the exams are going on. So this is our hall. So this is our auditorium. So on regular days we have our morning assembly here, and right now we are having exams here because classes, we cannot accommodate all the students there. So we are using it as examination hall. So we have a hostel as well.
Hostel, like
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. So everything, all the education. Yeah. Yeah. So all the education.
Why don't you guys run the country?
Actually, I didn't say that, you know, if I had that sort of infrastructure, I would be competing with CNN or Fox. Look at the studio.
Last year we bought a new Jamia, so that was, it includes class, everything is in Swil. And we raised 13.5 million for that in 2 months to buy that.
So basically, there will be like proper site for all the, everything will be moved here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hostel, you know, accommodation for our people who devoted their lives, you know. And
the whole piece will be just
no. Just that is being renovated. This is how we do it.
Okay.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
But you know,
This is a sample of a class. So students, they sit here, and here is the whiteboard to teach. So right now the classes are not happening, so because due to the examinations. Okay. As I mentioned that we had exhibitions in the previous years. So this is one example of that we have all the scriptures, and we give the introduction to different religions. And we have the Holy Quran, Torah, Bible, Vedas, and we have Guru Granth Sahib as well. And
so you're giving you know, teaching of Guru Granth Sahib Ji as well, Shri Bhagavad Gita Ji as well, the Vedas, the Bible, Torah, the Holy Quran, Buddhism as well, which is
Taoism, Shintoism, and especially in Mormonism as well.
Wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. Very good.
Yeah, one thing we didn't get to do is this floor is the administrative floor. So the general secretary, the finance department, the hospitality, the outreach department, like everybody has offices here. And then a lot of the, you know, the country's administration is from here, right? So, yeah. Being constructed, so now it's becoming a bit more common. And the domes are obviously very functional from the inside as well. There, you'll see it when we're inside the mosque. So the one purpose, one I was talking about is the architectural landscape of this is such that you can't expand the mosque, and you'd ruin the design. So we need more space. So what we're actually doing is we're going underground. So all of it from over here, there'll be a full extension of the mosque that's going to happen underground with skylights. Right, so that the beauty of the mosque is maintained.
So you want to dig underground?
Yeah, so it'll all go underground. Yeah, so right now the ladies' hall is downstairs.
Oh, okay.
The men's hall is here, so it's not a big deal to do that.
And why can you not build, like, just expand?
Well, you just ruin the look, right?
But could you not extend the
You
look
could,
across?
but if it's not even the cost, but if when you leave and you go and look at it from your cars. To try to say, okay, let's add a hall this way, add a hall that way, you'll just destroy the look of the building.
So is it part of, does it have to do with the religious aspect?
No. It's just, we don't want to disturb, We just look at it, it looks beautiful as it is, and to add to it might disturb it. Our other purpose-built mosques are in Calgary, which is now the largest mosque in Canada. Then we have one in Vancouver, one in... Oh, yeah.
So a larger one than here?
No, it would be larger here. But it's just happened that we built the mosque, they're larger.
Larger, and then you said even Canada is larger over there.
Correct.
Than here.
So yeah, they're just a very patriotic community, right? Yeah, so they do things very well. You know what happens is sometimes when you've got a national organization and your local chapters are across Canada, such a big country, they kind of don't get a lot of attention sometimes from the center. But it's not that. We do try to give attention to everybody, but they've taken the role of being independent very, mindfully, right? So they've done things very well. So we'll go inside. They're probably finishing up the prayer, and just take a quick peek inside. As you guys know, mosques generally have a very simple look to them, for the purpose of, not to be distracted while praying. And then obviously we can't go to the ladies' hall because they'll be there. So.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Priyanka Chopra and you're watching Channel Y.
The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media. Y Media has newspaper, midweek, radio, South Asian Pulse.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
Hi, this is Amir Khan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
अब हर दिन सुने GTA का #1 रेडियो स्टेशन FM 91.9.
You are watching Channel Y. Channel Y.
Prime Minister, welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be back.
Online, SouthAsianDaily.com, the biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.